Coming up on OU Nightly, the House rejects a bill funding the DHS, what it means for already frustrated travelers. And major traffic changes in Norman this weekend, which roads you won't be able to take. Plus, PGA Tour star Tiger Woods involved in a rollover crash tonight, what we know now. This is OU Nightly. Breaking news out of Washington tonight, President Trump signing an executive order funding the TSA after Congress fails to agree on a spending package. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Clay Webster.
And I'm Caroline Kramer. This executive order could pay TSA workers as soon as Monday. Over 61,000 TSA workers have called out of work after missing their paychecks. This has caused long lines at national airports as air passengers wait for hours to board their flights as of today. Those missed paychecks now total $1 billion across all of TSA. We will continue to follow as this develops.
And after a warm and windy week, now it's cold and rainy here in Norman.
OU Nightly's Carlin McCreary is in the studio tracking the big change. Carlin?
That's right, y'all. We've had some big changes throughout the day today. I want you to look how different our temperatures were today compared to yesterday. We had temperatures in Oklahoma City right around 91 degrees. We broke a record here in Norman, but that temperature right now up there, 61. So we're just about 30 degrees cooler than what we saw this time yesterday because of that cold front that moved through. It's caused our winds to kick up. It's caused those temperatures to be on the lower side as well. Here's what we're looking at across the state right now. We're sitting right at 59 here in Norman, 61 in Oklahoma City. Some areas to the southeast, a little bit cooler because they do have some cloud cover over there that is continuing to persist throughout parts of the afternoon. Another thing, it feels like spring, but that problem has been the allergies. A lot of people have been sniffling, sneezing. I know I've been struggling with it. Those tree pollen allergies are very high right now, and we're actually one of the highest levels in the country for that here in Oklahoma. But coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to talk about that red flag warning that we have right now, some fire weather persisting, and warm temperatures incoming, guys.
And with that fire weather in mind, Oklahoma Forestry Service is releasing their fire situation report today. The report includes the latest data from recent fires across the state. This includes 707 acres burned in northeastern Oklahoma, 1,271 acres in east central Oklahoma, and 107 acres in southeastern Oklahoma.
And the Cleveland County burn ban is set to expire Monday. This ban has been in effect since March 16th. Burn bans prohibit people from burning things like leaves, tree branches, and other green material.
The Artsy Learning Academy is currently being held at Cross Point Church in Norman off of 24th Avenue until they can find a new space. The academy burned down March 15th due to the high winds in Norman, and they say now they are relying on the community for help while they find a place to permanently relocate. Artsy has been in Norman since 2013 and is an art-based school for children ages 2 to 12.
It's really amazing to see how much of the community has stepped up and how much heart is in Artsy is really what's come from all of this.
No one was at the school when the fire occurred, and all students and teachers are safe. OU Nightly's Nikki Womack will have more on this story next week.
New today, a Norman woman arrested by the Oklahoma Department of Corrections. The DOC announcing Norman resident Melita Chow was arrested at the Great Plains Correctional Center in Hinton. During a routine pat-down, officials found a package containing phone chargers, tobacco, THC wax, and meth. Chow was booked into the Caddo County Detention Center and is charged with trafficking illegal drugs and bringing contraband into a jail.
And happening now, the city of Norman is beginning construction on East Franklin Road Northeast. The road will close for asphalt repairs and is expected to take 1 day to complete. The detour route through Indian Hills Road will be available for commuters. The city is asking for drivers to use caution while in the area. And the Oklahoma State Firefighters Association plans to honor Goldsby firefighter Todd Pendleton, who was killed in a crash 2 weeks ago while responding to a fire in McLean County. The group is releasing details for his service on their Facebook. Service will be held at 10 a.m. on Saturday, March 28th at Victory Church here in Norman off of 4343 North Flood Avenue. For more parking details, head to the Oklahoma State Firefighters Association's Facebook page.
Oklahoma voters have less than 5 days to change their political party affiliation ahead of the state's primary elections. The deadline to be able to change your party is on Tuesday, March 31st. However, any changes submitted after this deadline will not take effect until September 1st. Coming up, a high-profile cyber breach tied to the federal official.
What was taken and why experts say it may not be exactly what it seems.
And I'm outside of the football stadium on campus where it looks like Greek preview is just finishing up. But come Sunday morning, we're going to have a totally different atmosphere. I'll let you know why after the break.
Stormin in Norman will host a half marathon and 5K around parts of campus in Norman this weekend.
Our very own Chief Meteorologist Aiden Bruns is at the start right now, and I heard she's also going to be there on Sunday. Aiden, what's the forecast looking like?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be out here Sunday morning running that Stormin and Norman half marathon. It starts at 7 a.m. and the 5K shortly after at 7:15. And runners are going to take off right behind me in front of the football stadium. It's pretty chilly out here right now, but come Sunday afternoon, we're expecting highs in the low 80s. So a little bit nicer, but race morning going to be a little bit cooler, better running weather, going to be in the 40s around start time, warming up pretty quickly after the sun comes up into the 50s. The only thing to look out for is that Oklahoma wind. So I'm going to say good luck to all the runners. I'll see you there, and I'll send things back to the studio.
Aiden, thank you. We now turn to Washington, where lawmakers are still at odds over funding for the Department of Homeland Security. OU Nightly's Gracie Steinbrink has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
Caroline, the House GOP rejects a Senate-passed bill funding most of DHS except ICE, likely extending the partial government shutdown. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson says the Republican Party won't have any part of the Democrat plan. He says the House GOP will move forward with its own plan to fully fund the agency with President Trump's support. Hackers linked to Iran accessed FBI Director Kash Patel's personal emails and photos. The hackers posted photos and stole emails that look like they're from around 2011 to 2022, including Patel's personal business and travel correspondence. Experts say this isn't an FBI compromise. The U.S. Treasury plans to put Trump's signature on all new U.S. paper money. This is a first since traditionally it's the Treasurer Secretary and the Treasurer's signature, not the President's. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says they're making this change in honor of America's 250th anniversary. And Tiger Woods was in a rollover car crash in Florida at around 2 p.m. today. Local police report that although Woods is okay, he is being charged with a misdemeanor DUI. Police note that Woods was not under the influence of alcohol. Caroline Kay.
Spring is about to get a whole lot more colorful in Oklahoma City,
where thousands of blooms are taking over one popular spot.
a fun activity everyone can enjoy coming up. Welcome back to OU Nightly. And if you've been outside at all today, you have seen and felt the wet and windy conditions, replacing our warm and dry ones.
OU Nightly meteorologist Carlin McCreary joins us here at the desk. And Carlin, there are big changes coming for our weekend.
That's right, y'all. I mean, did you walk out? I walked outside this morning and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to bring my sweatshirt back out. I loved the 90 degrees yesterday. It was absolutely amazing. A good time for people to be out across campus. But yeah, this weekend we're warming right back up into those warmer temperatures. So that's something I'm excited about. I know y'all probably are too. What are y'all going to do with these warmer temperatures? Do you have anything planned?
I've been walking a lot recently.
Okay, walking, me too, honestly. I've been trying to get out and walk, but it's going to be great temperatures to do so right now. You might want to grab the jacket if you do head out the door because those temperatures are on the cooler side. We are sitting right around 61 in Oklahoma City, 60 degrees in Norman, so some areas just a little bit cooler than what we usually see this time of year. But other than that, a lot of people are still in the 50s for the most part. It's because we have had some cloud cover stick around in southeastern parts of the state. But I want you to look just how prominent that cold front was that did make its way through. I want you to look at areas like Shreveport compared to Norman Shreveport, right around 82 degrees. That's where that cold front is set up, and it is also cooling us down here. So it caused that air to blow from the north and cool us down quite a bit. Here it is right here. It's bringing some rainfall to parts like the Ohio River Valley. But as I said, those temperatures are going to start to cool down there as the time continues today and even into tomorrow. Our lows tonight are going to be close to freezing for some areas, especially in northern Oklahoma. I want you to look at Enid, and Woodward, 32 degrees up there. For us here in Norman, that low temperature right around 43. So right around average for this time of year as we go into the rest of this evening and into the overnight tonight. We do have some cloud cover that started to dissipate as we've continued throughout parts of the afternoon and evening. I want you to notice how it's much clearer in the northwestern part of the state. That's also contributing to our current humidity being a lot lower up there as well. So current humidity, relative humidity values right now, we're right around 27% in Norman. This is something that contributes to that fire danger that we saw today and we could see as we go throughout the week next week. Something else that contributes to that is those wind gusts. You can see the max wind gusts we've seen since midnight, right around 45 miles per hour in Oklahoma City, 44 here in Norman. Look to our southwest, though. Some areas up to 57 miles per hour for those wind gusts near Lawton. So that is contributing to that chance to see fire danger continuing throughout parts of this afternoon and into next week. Here are those wind alerts right now. Some areas in a wind advisory continuing until 7 p.m. tonight. We also do still have that red flag warning extending from central towards western Oklahoma. That lasts until 9 p.m. tonight, actually, as we go throughout the rest of this afternoon and evening. We are watching a chance, as I said, into the middle of next week to see that chance for near critical fire danger. Today, we did have that critical fire danger risk as we continued throughout the afternoon today. That's going to start to die off as we go into the rest of this evening, though, once that sun starts to set and the wind gusts start to die down as well. Here are those current temperatures for the next week or so. You could see 85 by Monday, 81 on Sunday, 82 on Tuesday. We're bringing the 80s right back. So they are going to be on the way once we get through today and tomorrow, those cooler temperatures after that cold front. We are warming up. So the temperatures really, we're going to get right back to above average temperatures. It's really not going to change that much compared to what we saw this past week or so. So here's your 7-day forecast. You can see we've got sunshine continuing throughout Sunday, Monday, and even into Tuesday. Our next rain chance we're looking at, though, is going to be Tuesday into Wednesday with a front that's going to move through. Guys, back to you.
Well, if you're looking to stop and smell the flowers, this is your sign.
Tulip Fest returns to the Myriad Gardens this weekend with thousands of bright flowers blooming in downtown OKC. The festival will begin tomorrow and go through next Sunday, with live music, food trucks, and plenty of picture-perfect views.
Such a fun way to spend time with friends and family.
Coming up in sports, OU women's basketball is heading to the Sweet 16 for the second year in a row.
Find out how they plan to get into full bloom before taking on a familiar opponent, who they beat earlier in the year. Hear about this and more after the break.